I've had a very good relationship with Slicker over the years. And here's a couple of things I told you on the walk. I went on a trip throughout the whole 7-week trip throughout western United States. We went Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Denver, and somewhere in Montana.
Billings.
Billings, was it Billings? Okay.
I don't know. That's the old
probably
regions.
Billings. And we would do a PLC during the week and an RSM on the weekend. But anyway, we got to San Francisco, and somehow Slicker and I got on a different schedule or something. We weren't all on the same plane. So Slicker says, would you like to go out for a while? I said, okay. So he takes me out to this bar, and we sit down and we're talking. He says, this is the last place that I was before I took off for the Orient and World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so we were reminiscing, and I was awed and honored that he was going to let me in on this kind of secret. Then another thing that happened, what was the other story I told you? And I've got one.
My mind jumped.
Oh yeah, now I remember that. Damn, he had to be young at that time. I haven't thought of using that. That's good. Anyway, I was in some setting where Slicker was presenting. I don't think it was a course, and he really came on like gangbusters. Pretty much most of the early part of his life, and he really, ripped into this guy, but in a good way. I mean, he was really trying to get him to see what was going on in his life. And afterwards, Slicker comes up to me and says, "You don't think I was too rough on him, did you?" The other story that I remembered was, I really didn't work with him aside from there at the West Side. I mean, I'd run into him in various things. He was a Presbyterian clergyman, as I was. He encouraged me to maintain some involvement, which I did. And about 5 years before Slicker turned 65, I started going to Presbyterian meetings, because I thought it was a good idea to just stay connected. So I would go and I'd report back to Joe Slicker what was happening in Presbyterian. That was my wife making fun of him. And he came to me one day and he said, I am going to retire from the Presbyterian Church. And they have asked me to get somebody to come in and talk about my contribution to the mission of the church. And you've got 3 minutes. Would you be willing to come do that? And I said, you bet. So I went and we went to this Presbyterian meeting and I did my little presentation and then we went out to dinner afterwards. So it was a great event for me. I mean, it was tricky because you had to, you had to couch it in language that would not set off alarms with people in the Presbyterian.
Wouldn't be too controversial.
Yeah.